Yep.
Are we live now?
Now we're live.
What did I miss?
The go live button.
Hey guys, now we started on time actually, and we did a whole intro, which I think you might have to see after the fact. But apparently, you have to do more than just hit start a live stream. Apparently, there's a go live button I completely missed. So my apologies if you're just tuning in. Thanks for showing up and welcome to the shop. So let's go.
Maybe you need some IT lessons?
Wait, how do I, okay, there.
Alright, let me see if I can come into this.
Okay.
Alright, tribal edge. There we are. Share.
Okay, we can see the comments now.
Awesome, thank you so much.
What are you working on, sir?
The wife's kitchen knife, Nano.
Oh.
Remember you told me it was gonna.
It's gonna
be a bit, but it's coming. But
that's right. That's right.
The blade is finished, except for putting an edge on it. And
Beautiful.
Just work on the handle tonight. And,
made with love. So let's see. Okay. So you got to get this down, and then. Okay. So we do the flats first, right? You're flattening it now.
correct, right?
And then what's next?
And then we will go to the top.
Okay.
And have your finger wells.
Okay.
And so we got a bit of work here to.
Nice. You think you're gonna get to the shaping tonight?
I hope so, but we'll see how things
go.
I don't want to rush anything because I did make a mistake on the last anal I did, and I got one, two, fit it in the other. So I'm going to take my time and make sure that Chuck is over my shoulder.
Hey, you know,
I cannot mess this up because this has to go to the wife, man. And not just with her, but my pride is on the line tonight.
The closer we get to done, the more careful we become, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
All right, let's go over here.
Very nice, very nice.
All right.
And I can take over if you want to get some work done.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind if you want to.
Well, maybe when we switch off a little bit tonight then. I also have a battery pack for this if it starts to run low. There we go.
Should I still keep working to get that resin off, or should we acetone that?
Nope, you only need to do that long enough for it to be flat. You're not trying to actually take thickness off at this point.
Okay.
You're just trying to make it so it can rest flat on this, so that you can then do this piece of it down to the spine. Remember?
Okay.
Cool. Go to it.
Polish that to 2,000 grams.
All right, show and tell, Mr. Daniel.
Oh, okay. This is just a production blade that I finished last time, and it is my Gent EDC, and I'm actually going to be putting handles on it tonight.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Right?
Is that Alabama Damascus?
Oh yeah, for sure. This is always Alabama Damascus. If it ain't Alabama Damascus, it ain't Damascus.
All right.
Good.
Let's take a look here. Okay, you want to take that all the way down to the spine, all the way around. So I'd say crank that thing up, and you're going to run it right around, all the way around to the base of the spine. Kind of like, kind of like this one. See how we went down to the spine all the way around?
Yep, right here.
Yep, all the way around.
Okay, so work that all the way?
Yep, all the way around. You've got it.
Can you tell if there's anybody watching?
Cindy is.
Hey.
Hey, Cindy. I'm going to be supervising your hubby here. Because you know he gets her on power tools.
It's coming, baby.
Look at that spalted tamarind.
You can see that grain a lot.
I can see the
better.
I can see the love in that knife.
Right? Apparently your check cleared.
Okay.
Oh, that is looking great, Scott. And how many of these are you doing?
What's that?
And how many of these do you have to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what are you gonna be doing?
Handle on this bad boy. So here's what I'm thinking. See, unfortunately, this one that I made is a little transparent,
Oh yeah.
but I
Hold it up to the light,
Oops, sorry.
or put it through the light. That's fine. Ooh, you know, if you polish that, do that. Do a full Damascus. You got the full etch. I'll bet you if that
I got the
polishes,
full etch.
yeah. I did one like that for Steve Perry, and it turned out beautiful.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Should I drop this in the ferric for a couple of minutes? I did this overnight in the coffee just to make sure, because this didn't get any ferric, it just got coffee.
You know what? I don't think it's going to matter that much.
It's
Seriously,
not gonna matter. You're
no.
not going to see it through the.
No, and ferric isn't where I'd put it back in anyway.
You have the coffee.
Yeah, if you're going to put it back in anything, I put it back in
This
the
is my
coffee.
other choice.
How transparent is that one?
It's not.
Okay, so I like them both for different reasons. Tribe, let me ask you this. Should we put the transparent aqua against that? Hold it up to the light. In hopes that
man, that's cool.
that the pattern comes through. Or he's got this beautiful, almost burgundy or blood red that's not transparent, but the juxtaposition of that against
Right?
against
It's pretty
the
cool. Against the Damascus.
against the Damascus is gorgeous. Or, personally, I think that this needs a monosteel
It
blade.
does.
Personally,
You're right. Yep. And
it's
this,
got so much character on its own. I think it would take away from the Damascus.
I don't know if I'm a big fan of the pattern or the color on this.
I feel like that's just almost an opaque version of these.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be more stunning if you go with that or this, one of those two. Tribe, do you think? What do you think? Do you think the more the greenish or the reddish
Let's
one?
see if I have any wood.
Oh, we got one vote for aqua from Cindy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Aqua was the word I was looking for, Cindy, so thank you for that.
Oh, yeah. Her opinion on
And handles, yep.
handle color?
Yep. Oh, still got some to go. Now, one of the things you can also do with this is as you get closer, you can start kind of doing this,
Okay.
and that will help kind of, you can see how it kind of starts taking the lines out,
Good.
but it'll also tell you where you need to go more.
Good.
Ooh, somebody brought me McDonald's.
Hey, not sponsored by, but
Yeah.
give us a call, McDonald's, if you want to sponsor.
That's right. You know, if McDonald's wants to, have send us a banner and free food, I'll put it up in here.
I mean, a banner and maybe a $250 or something like
That's
that.
right, yeah, something like that. This is fueling the beast. No pressure though.
My first food.
No,
of the-
no pressure
My
though.
first food
no
of the
pressure.
day.
I just got this piece actually in from Alabama, and I am going to be starting with a couple of EDCs out of it. This is a 416 layer high carbon Damascus in the pattern of redneck skin. I still have to pull all mine out and go, ooh, what's this? Oh, this is one of your newer EDCs, isn't
Right?
it? Kind of a little modified worn clip, it looks like.
Yeah. Yep. A
That
bit of a drop worn clip, if you will.
is going to be a
That's
great.
super comfy, right?
Yeah.
I have one of those that I made as a spear point done. Just don't have a maker's mark on it.
Yeah?
So I'm not going to be able to.
That's kind of like a nice little hold out, get off of me type blade.
That's another one I'm working on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I always love this handle of yours. That's a great handle. I'm actually working on a design for a kitchen knife that uses that kind of a rise in it,
Yeah.
because it also gives your knuckles a lot more clearance for a kitchen knife. Beauteous.
A little bit more right through here, I think.
All right. Yeah, looking good, bub.
How we doing here?
That's looking good. We'll be able to clean that up as we go along with the handle. Gotta clean the dust off occasionally.
Alright. So aqua it is.
Aqua it is.
Aqua it is.
Cindy, you hear that? It's gonna be aqua.
And I think with an hour and a half, I'll probably be able to get the polish with it. So we'll hopefully see what it looks like by the end of the stream.
All right. Well, you know, I'm interested in seeing how you multitask, feed the face, and grind at the same time.
Look, I can do it.
OSHA, don't watch this. This is what you call F around and find out. I can't watch it, folks. I'm sorry. He's eating and grinding. Grinding your burger? I've heard drinking and driving, but never eating and grinding. Of course, there's so many contexts for that, I suppose. Right, Scotty Claus? Uh-oh. I heard that. It's okay, Cindy. It was just a flesh wound. As long as they don't move too fast, the tablet camera doesn't work too bad. It just doesn't have that refresh rate as like the other camera does.
Yeah, that's a little heavy.
Yep, but it's built in. So it's a trade-off. And Kira has some voodoo magic that and spells that she casts to get the other one to work. Looking for. Can I help you find something? Ah, gotcha. I'm waiting for copper pins for the push dagger right now. The ones I got were those metric ones. Even though they were listed as 3/16ths, I checked the order. They were not 3/16ths. They're like 8 or 9 millimeter. Yep. How are we doing there, son?
Yeah, put it right in here a little bit more.
Okay, so with this right here, go across like this.
Okay.
Just like you were doing, just like if you were profiling the blade itself. And this we don't have to worry about keeping very clean right now, because we're going to be doing all sorts of scalloping and shaping and contouring.
Okay.
Got my last two stands for the grinders here. So these two shorter stands are going to hold the tubinator and the BA shredder. And then this big workbench right here is going to get retasked, and we'll put the casters back on. And it's going to go over here. So that the whole shop will essentially be mobile, and we can move stuff out on wheels to clean behind it. Plus we can kind of do some really nice custom spacing based on what we're doing in the shop here. So since we're going to be here for a little while, we had to make it as functional as possible with the space we have. And that was to make it what my friend calls a Tetris shop. Put things on rolling carts, like individual workstations, and then you can move them around as needed. Love it. Dan, I'm going to move this down here a little bit.
Got it.
You all set with this?
What's that?
You all set with this?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so here we have a couple of blades from Jason, who's recently joined the fold. We got these heat treated last week, and I got them tempered. And then he wasn't able to make it tonight, so I'll have to get them to him next time he's up. How we doing there, son? Almost there.
Wait in here a little bit more.
Yeah, you got. Well, you can.
It's kind of rough in there, but
Yeah, that's okay right now. But what I'm seeing resin still.
Okay.
So I'm not seeing a nice clean silver moving all the way down.
Yep.
Yes, I'm being picky. Bits are underneath the Delta. Are you doing a lanyard tube in that?
No.
No? Okay. How's this one going? A man of many words. Ooh, okay, let's take a look and show the peeps. Wow, that is looking good, Scott. Your grinding has come so far. Nice work. And what are you doing here, Danathan?
So, I am going to get this connected and flat so that then I'll put the knife on top of it. I'll put the pins through here. Well, I'm sorry, I'll put the knife on top of it and then I'll drill these holes and then I can put the pins through.
So you drill, drop one through, and then drill the second one?
Yep.
Yep, cool.
And then drop another one through, and once both the pins are placed, I can put a mark around the outside, and then I'll cut it off with the bandsaw and affix said acrylic to the knife.
Nice. And drilling it like that actually ensures that we have a clean pass-through on both pins.
That's right.
Exactly, nice.
Right.
Very cool.
So yeah, I'm going to get this other side taped, and then we'll be good to go.
Excellent. Hey Dan,
Yo.
I think this means we have 2 people on, right?
I think it does.
That's me and...
2
Are you
eyeballs.
sharing yours out?
No.
Here's a shout out to Phoenix Abrasives. Greg Magnuson is an amazing guy to work with. I will plug him till the ends of days. And then, we're not too bad ourselves either.
Yeah, we'll plug us to the end.
That's right, to the end of days.
I might have got it, boss. Take a look. With your eyes.
With my eye.
Eye. Yeah.
Alright, other than that little spot in the bottom here.
We'll go like that right here.
Yeah. I'm only pointing that out because showing you things I look for. Move it over to this side. Carefully, of course. Not too far, not too far. And then come out like this. Just watch the heel there. Ooh, what could be in the temper oven? This is cycle number 2 at 475 for a couple of very special blades. This is the Big Daddy Navaja for a very close friend and combatives colleague of mine. I did one for his daughter for her quinceañera, and now this one is his. So, you know, the family that slays together stays together, right? It's ready for the zombie apocalypse almost. And then I have another Bushcraft Beastie. This is the Bushcraft Beastie 1. And this is also for a customer who is a vet, and I've made a few others for these for him. He called me up and asked me if I could do another one. Okay, I said, of course I can. So this one's just tempered as well. This is the second cycle at 475. So first we harden them through the heat treat process. That's part of the quench. And then we temper them to draw them back to the user state hardness that we want for the particular design and mission. In this case, they're going to be potentially high impact or, you know, roughing it sort of blades. So we want to make sure they were tough. Oh, that's looking really good. Really good. Now, Scott, why do you have that turned down a little bit instead of going as fast as you can on the grinder?
On this one?
Yeah.
Keep the heat down.
You got it. Hey there, Jack. I'm running camera tonight. But Dan says hi too. Yeah, Kira's off camping with Jordan, so I'm running camera tonight.
I wonder if she got lost in the woods.
That would probably make her very happy.
I mean, you've been gone for what, 2 months?
It feels that way. All right, let's take a look here. You know, I wanted to thank you for making this for me.
Right on.
Cindy, he said he's giving it to me.
You guys can swap back and forth. You take the even ones, she'll take the odd ones.
All right, you know what? I think you're ready for contouring.
The grain's
Nice
coming
work.
out.
Yep.
Just throw it that way
Alright, so let's see here. So what we could do, if you want, is we could actually just have you do the contouring with the, oh, you got a little bit right there you need to get.
Right here, that.
Yeah, right there, little number. So what you can do for that is get right up in here like this, and then just like that, and it's already gone.
Okay,
Hey Dan, would you be willing to help him rough contour his handle? It shouldn't take much more than radiusing the edges off.
Yeah.
And I'll film it. I use a mirror braid in a 10-inch. Yeah. Oh, hey Josh, I don't know if you're watching or not, but this jig that you built me, freaking amazing. I love it. And so many choices. Tribe, he actually hand drilled and tapped every one of those holes. Pretty sure there was drinking involved afterwards. Alright, so we're going to bring this over here, and we're going to put that into the bevel jig drawer. Alright, that one's ready for, sadly, bye-bye now.
What do we want to use? A 120?
I would say a 120, yeah. That's a used 80. How's that one feel to you? If you run the belt cleaner over it, and you should give you a little bit more too. And this is what we call in the shop a dead soldier. And Chuck has been told he has to quit hoarding them. So no more hoarding dead soldiers apparently. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. You led a good, strong life.
So we swapped out our E-flat.
I just had to check.
And the reason that we do that is that with the larger diameter and wheel and also rubberized, you'll look for a smooth. So what we do is let's essentially come in here and you get a better angle on it when you look down on it, right? So you can see sort of from tip to tail on the thing, and you can see the shape of it. So what I would do is,
Here we go.
how I've learned it from Chuck is you kind of start up here.
You might want to tape up closer to the handle.
Yeah, you might have to
You beat me to it, boss.
start from here.
It just means you are coming along nicely, my young grasshopper. You are thinking the same thoughts I was.
Yep, I saw that bare metal there. Ooh.
A couple runs for me, just so I can get feel of your.
Yeah, and we're gonna go.
Hey Jack, glad you could tune in and watch the shenanigans. So, I know you'd rather look at everyone else than my pretty face, so I'll give it back around, but I just had to say hi. There we go. He's gonna need to be shepherded on that.
What's that?
He's gonna need to be shepherded on that. Yeah. I'd almost have you rather rough it for him. Or run the camera while I do it, so then I'll sit there a little bit. I figured you're good enough to do it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant because it's his wife's night.
If you want to run the camera, I will.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay.
Because I usually shape on my 2x72,
Oh, gotcha.
so I don't use the 10-inch wheel very
Yeah, no,
much.
that's fine. And yeah, honestly, you use the tools you have, right?
Right, and that's my thing.
Yeah.
So what is the advantage of a 10-inch wheel then on that thing?
Well, for me at least, this has been really nice from having the rubberized wheel, which kind of drops the chatter to zero. On the aluminum or steel wheel, you'll hit the seam of the belt right here, and that can cause a clap, 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 clap. And it also causes a little bit of a hop in the skin. So the rubberized wheel is great. Also, I like the fact that because it's a bigger radius, it's less likely to give me a divot if I'm doing a curve than with a smaller wheel.
All right, so here we go.
Alright. So, what I look at here is, first of all, let's make sure to put the lid on, or you make all sorts of interesting, nasty mistakes. So what I'm looking at, I'm going to look at the difference between here and the edge of the belt here, okay? So I'm looking right down there. And you're going to stuff the tape, that's fine, until we put tape on it. What we're looking at there is trying to be able to kind of just taper this end. Now if you look at this versus this now,
Right.
you see how that's kind of tapered in there.
Correct.
Okay? So the first thing I do is I start with that, and I always think kind of just try and blend it. And once again, you're gonna touch tape. I'm not using a whole lot of pressure. If I'm going to start radiusing this corner or flattening this corner, I'll move it over to that side. That way the blade is clearing the belt, or the wheel here. And all we're trying to do is get you into the ballpark here. The random orbitals will do the rest.
Right.
And with a kitchen knife especially, we typically taper it from the butt towards the handle, and it's usually a pretty even taper. So that, because normally people are going to short grip them, but you don't want real thick up front. You want it kind of start in the back and then work its way thinner. And it's always nice if you have the option to have the customer able to hold it before you ship it.
Right.
So you can kind of customize it to them. That's one of the things I love about custom knives, is that we can actually really give our customer a one-off experience, especially for them. Now for this, I think actually, that's about as much as we really need. So if you hold it in your right hand a minute, and then change it to your left, you're going to feel how that's different just in that single piece. Right? So we're getting into the ballpark then, and then we'll have the random orbitals to take it home. And frankly, there's no reason you can't finish this today. No pressure to him though, Cindy.
He got home. He's like, get out of here. Get out of here. Go, go, go. I said, well, don't start so quick, buddy.
No pressure though. Okay, so we're going on the angle again. I just kind of try and find the corner and then go perpendicular to that corner. And if you do that enough, it starts to really just round out the handle. And also, if you get some burls, it really kind of shows up the character of the wood even more. The more you can kind of contour it. All right, so we're going to go a little bit more on this side again here, and then you're going to be ready for the random orbital.
Look at that grain coming out, honey. Your kid will come out a lot more once we clean it up and get it filed.
Yep. Showing up. Okay, so before you actually go on to the random orbital here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the small wheel tool.
Right.
And we're going to just radius the inside of the finger wheel. Because that will actually be a lot less work for you than afterwards. So we're going to come right over here. We're still on the steel wheel here, not on the rubberized wheel. See that clack? That's the steam.
I think so.
It's the first thing I'm going to try to clean up some of that from the grinder. Yep, and we'll do more of that. But right now, as long as I've got here, might as well. did here was this was kind of more squared off, and then by putting it in there and pivoting it, you can see how we started to kind of create that little fender well there, almost.
On the small wheel.
Yep, on a small wheel. And later we'll go back with a finishing wheel that's rubber coated, and that'll all smooth out. So next steps are going to be the random orbital sanding. Okay? Alright, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to put you, you can grab a chair, and then we'll put you right here.
Where are you at?
Pull that off for you.
Look at that camera work. Oh my. Ooh, getting close to where you want to be. Very nice. There we go. My awesome camera work.
220, 400, 800. You should be able to use a pad aside.
Wallace! Wallace is on.
Where's my Wallace?
No kidding, right?
Wallace is not Waldo.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm hitting buttons. I don't know what the buttons do. What does that button do? Oh, that's kind of cool. What's that one? Oh boy. All right. Well, that's what that button does.
Okay. You want to get some more work done, son?
Sure.
All right, I got you.
Cool.
Thanks for running the camera.
Oh yeah. Anytime.
Oh, he says on the way. Okay.
Wallace is on the way?
Yeah. All right, another salute for a dead soldier. Need some bugles.
Makes me sad.
Makes me sad too.
Dear Phoenix Abrasives, you gotta come up with the infinite belt.
That's right. Greg, we need you to invent a universal soldier
That's right.
in the form of a 2x72 belt.
A belt that never wears out. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I do have a question for Phoenix Abrasives. To make a belt that starts out as a high grit, and as you use it, or no, starts out with a low grit and ends up as a high grit belt.
A variable grit belt.
A variable grit belt.
Can we just do like an Alexa belt? Alexa, I need 400 grit.
Right? Whoop.
Very well, Jonathan. Custom blower there. So have you had to adjust your angle at all?
No,
Awesome.
no. That other one turned out perfect, so I left it right as is. I
Nice.
keep running through until I get those done.
Yep. The only time you really, if you're using the same steel, should be
Oh, yeah.
fine. If you use a little different size steel,
Yeah.
just keep an eye on it. The delay on this thing is ridiculous.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
yeah, you figure it's going to your router with the ISP out to the internet,
Probably around the world a couple times.
probably to California or wherever the data center is, and then all the way back to your ISP, all the way back to your router.
Yeah, I think it's probably stuck at customs.
It must be. It needs an amnesty plea.
It's trying to get out of the U.S.
Right?
before the elections. I'm a bad person.
You just have bad thoughts. That doesn't make you a bad person.
What are you working on, bud?
I'm putting handles on this.
You got the handle that you put the gallery load on?
Yep.
And when you start going?
This is, I don't know, like a foam green, almost translucent kind of thing. I hope it's good.
Which one is anyway?
Is that
Which one is anyway?
this one?
Oh,
This is the one she picked.
Okay. Are you let her pick it up?
Well,
We put it out to people, and she's the one that voted.
we took a vote. There was only one vote, so.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a landslide victory.
That's right.
Is that called, we're gonna have a vote, but we're only gonna tell one person?
Yeah, you know how government works. All right, Cindy, we put him back to the salt mines.
Okay?
I said, all right, Cindy, we put him back to the salt mines.
Right.
Make sure, go on just like the front thumbnail clipping of it, and overrun the front of that handle, okay? A lot of people want to stop right at the edge, and then all the scratches don't come out.
We'll go over.
Yep, yep, exactly. And I would just go from one edge, work your way around, and kind of just work your way back.
So, unlike Forge and Fire, this is when you can dip it in water.
Yes, yes. Yeah, dipping and quenching, two different things. I would cry if you went to cool it off and I heard the ting of death. So what are you doing now, Dan?
So what I'm doing is, once these get attached to the knife, so the knife is going to go essentially in between these two.
Like a sandwich.
A sandwich. Yeah, but when we glue it down to the knife, we can't polish the side like we're going to polish and shape, and actually exactly like what Brian's doing now. We can't get to it because the actual knife is in the way. So we have to finish whatever we can't get to. On most knives, that's the leading edge here, but like on a karambit, for example, you have to do both ends because you can't get to either side of it. So I'm essentially taking this to finish before I do the gluing, because I know after gluing,
It's just done.
I can't get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of which, what he's referring to here is on a ring blade, we essentially have like two fronts, so to speak. So here, which this camera doesn't do a great job of zooming in on, we polished the front there, but we also had to do the same thing to the back here, because once it's glued, this ring is in the way and the blade's in the way, and we're not going to be able to hand sand or polish that without great amounts of stress and worry, we'll say. So, yeah.
Do you normally just finish one side before you flip it?
Nope, I do one grid at a time. Okay, can you hold this for me for a minute? I'll trade you.
Yep. Got it?
Nope, the other guy, clear.
There he is. You taking over? Okay. Cameraman's here.
How you doing, fellas?
Good, how are you, man?
I'm alright. Zoom in down here. Oh wow. Look at the details on your handle, man.
I know, this Father Tameron's looking amazing. I love everything I've gotten from John Bryant at Muskoka Turner. And he does so much cool custom stuff. For me, it's ridiculous. Yes, I know I sound like a broken record.
What grid are we on right now?
Alright, let's see here. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to use this kind of for a feel on what the other side needs to end up like. Okay? You're looking really good on that. Okay, Anthony, which all I did was try and radius some of the harder spots. Okay.
What grid is he on?
He's on 220, just started. We just got it contoured.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello. I'm here.
You're here.
I fell asleep after work.
Afterwards, I will de-slap you. Don't worry about it. All right, thank you. Now I can get some work done.
Yes.
Yay!
Ooh, we gotta take our time, move a little slowly.
Here, if the battery starts to go, we can tuck this into the handle strap.
Oh, really?
Right into the bottom.
Down here?
Yep.
Okay.
So let me know if you get set up.
Alright.
I'm most paranoid about accidentally cutting the feed.
Gotcha. Is there any indicators for the power?
I don't know.
I guess we shall see.
I'm gonna make some noise.
Watch for the CrowdStrike logo. There we go.
That's not gonna die for a while.
I heard they adopted the blue screen of death. Oh, there we go. Nice little EDC.
I'm using this in ways it was not intended to be used.
See that, people? The devil's in the details.
So this is 5,400-year-old bog oak that's been stabilized by John Bryant from Muskoka Turner.
Wait, what? How old?
5,400 years old.
Holy cow.
And I've actually G-flexed it to a copper plate that
Yeah.
as a spacer. And then once we get these roughed out, I'm going to drill the holes out. I did these as a kind of a template hole.
Yeah.
So we just kind of go in. And after those are drilled out and the pins can slide through, they'll be ready for gluing.
Right on.
These are going for the punch dagger.
Aha.
careful not to overheat it because it'll break down the epoxy.
Oh, wow. Oh, and this is why we wear glasses, people. Holy cow.
It didn't touch me.
Yeah.
But yeah, fortunately these things are slow enough that they're not going to fly apart quite like a cutting wheel. But
Yeah.
it still can be a little shocking.
Still a little scary.
Yep. But this blade's already cut out about a dozen blades, so I can't complain too much.
Woo! We just missed out on an ocean recordable, people. We just missed it.
I'm going to have to go clean my shorts, however.
We'll tune back in with Chuck in a moment.
If you just don't pan down to my pant leg.
This seems like a safe activity.
Oh, it's perfectly safe. Most I can do is sand my fingers off a little bit.
Very true. Aha! We see what Dan's doing. Check that out.
I'm emergency gluing because I already mixed my epoxy.
Yes.
And now I forgot to rough up.
Gotta rough those scales up, man. So they soak in that epoxy. Don't be like Wallace, y'all. Always make your surface a bit more abrasive when you can.
Did you see Wallace, were you here when I was sanding and shaping and I realized that the handle had never been glued at all?
Yes. Classic Dan.
Plastic man.
Belts, belts, belts. Belts, belts, belts. Just tuning back into Scatter Claus, y'all. The time is 7:04.
Alright, cool. Let me know when we're getting up to like 1:45.
Okay. Thanks, Jeremy. There we go. Dip it real good. Alrighty. Hey. This a new EDC? Yep.
Ah,
Nice.
Yeah. One of 4,000 he has to grind.
Yep. When inspiration comes to you, you don't waste it.
I got a little tip right here. Working it.
Oof. Let's see what the doctor can do.
No, go ahead and kill it for a second.
Really?
Yeah. So rather than chase that, which you would end up, the grass would be out much slower than the wood around it, we use gel fill.
Okay. That's a common thing, right?
Yes, it's a very common thing. Both when you have boards or you find that there is some damage to the I need, is there a probe up there? A little orange handle probe, straight in, sharp point.
Right over there.
Thank you.
Into the probulator.
Into the probulator. Here, if you're watching, I'll probe no.
Is it like, no, don't take it?
No, I understand. We'll talk about off camera.
All right, cool. One of those, not on the family show version.
Okay, so this is
wow.
gel fill. This is
Look at how that shines up, though.
this is a
Holy
catalyst
cow.
that is a rapid cure. So grab me a paper towel.
Let's left side here.
Thank you, sir. Now we're giving it just a few seconds to set, but what that will do now is it will fill in and polish out.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to hit that with the 220 again
Okay.
until it's smooth and you don't feel that little gap that you felt there. So it's good that you caught that now.
Okay.
All right.
But
But that is cool because Cindy, when I sprayed it, that was an indication of how we should be polishing it out. So if it doesn't look like that when he polishes it out, send it back to the salt mine.
Yeah.
All right, you should be good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Good eye, John.
All right, so yeah, Brian, after that you go to 400. Okay.
Mr. Baldwin. And we're back. Even this one piece has a little weight to it.
Yeah, I think it's partially the copper,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're using this in a manner that was not designed to be used. More of a chop saw, and we're using it like a scalpel.
That's very true.
So. So we're going to take them over to the mirror braid and I'm going to set the D-platen in the work surface and we're going to trim them right down flush with the rest of the handles.
Nice.
Good?
Alright, want to make sure.
Oh, it is. It is.
Oh, it is.
Is this a normal speed or a slower speed?
This is a slower speed.
Okay.
I'm actually going to be going kind of little by little on both of them to keep the heat down.
Gotcha.
And the slower speed also helps keep the heat down.
Makes sense.
What I found with the last set that I did was that when this got hot, it started to bend and warp, almost like one of those bimetal strips in the old thermostat.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to keep that from happening this time. So I have to go slower and
Gotcha.
trade out often.
Yeah, okay. What about dipping it? You still dip it or no?
I could dip it. I'm trying not to dip the handles. I mean,
Well, I mean, it's wood and stuff.
yeah, well, it's stabilized, so
Yeah.
it shouldn't matter. But why tempt fate?
Yeah. I know me. Probably better just to switch it out.
Murphy is way too close of a relative.
Yeah. Really cousins, you know. Right?
Yeah. Southern cousins.
Southern cousins? Is that the same as kissing cousins? I guess that's where all the hospitality came from. The start of it.
And there goes the PG.
There it goes.
Did we change ratings on the show now?
We just did.
NC-17.
NC-17 now, people.
This picture has not been rated by the motion. I figure as long as I can handle it, I'm probably okay.
Yeah, right?
Age or mine? Ah,
Yeah,
confirmed or
you
denied.
want to give it just a second. That should be the second one.
We have to fill it again?
Yeah, there was
There was another one.
there was a spot up near the lanyard hole.
What the heck are you doing to this thing, young man?
Open it away.
the
Good job,
beautiful
Dan.
finish that we're going to destroy.
Oh, sad. Well, yeah. You won't see it anyways, right? It's a liner for a
That's
reason.
right. Yeah, we want to rough it up so when we go to glue it, we'll actually have some bonding surfaces.
Yep, at which we always do, folks. When we're gonna glue, we must rough up that surface.
Rough it up, rough it up.
Rough it up.
Yep.
Alright, so.
Oh, wow.
Slow and steady, that's the answer. Don't rush it or bad things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's gonna look very, very nice when it's done.
Ooh. Hi, Scott.
We're done?
Oh, gotcha. Old message. Scott Miller says hi.
Scott Miller, hi Scott!
Ooh.
Anyone else shouting out?
Jeremy said, I'm with you, Wallace. I started work at 4 a.m. this morning. After this stream, I'm going to sleep. Smart move, Jeremy.
Which Jeremy is that?
Van Single.
Oh, hey Jer!
Smart move, my man. The least smartest move is having a 4 a.m. work time, though. Whew,
That's horrible.
that sounds crazy to
That
me.
sounds like throwing into a punishment.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Really taking your time there, too.
Yeah, you really have to. I'm gonna have to put the other platen on again here.
Yeah.
But I like this because I'm going with it. With the platen, you're pulling down, which is pulling at that lip. So I'm trying to minimize that.
Hello, Mom. I blocked the driveway. Well, kind of. I don't know. I'm behind someone's truck. I think it's his. Or is it yours? Who parked behind Chuck? Oh, well. Yes, ma'am. Ah, there you go. Nice.
Alright, I think I've got about as much as I can get right there. So now we will put the D-platen back on.
Totally good. Small wheel. right over here. There we go.
Almost.
I was gonna say, that part's going a little faster than I expected.
Yeah, so I took a lot of it off, but still trying to be real careful with the heat.
Yeah.
This stuff heats up so fast.
I feel like if I was doing that, I probably would have destroyed that belt by now. So if I was doing that, I probably would have destroyed the belt by now.
A little bit of practice and enlightenment. I'm also trying to move a little faster, so I'm not on one spot too long.
Yeah.
Because that means that I'm minimizing the heat buildup there.
A little bit lower. Yeah.
Yep.
In there. Yeah.
One of the ways you can tell is you still see like some of the epoxy. Like right there I'm good,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to find a spot. Like you kind of see right in here, you got
Yep.
the epoxy buildup there.
Yeah. Pushed her.
But this one didn't pop loose like the other ones did. So it means I'm doing something right.
Woo!
Yeah, the other ones went from flat to like this, trying to re-epoxy them.
Wow.
Like here's a class example, right in there, see the epoxy?
Yeah.
So when that's right, it'll look more like this down here rather than that.
That makes sense.
Knuckle sausage, as they call it, next to it.
Oh, no.
Now, see that there now? No, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, wow. I haven't seen it there.
Something that was kind of cool was that inadvertently,
Ooh.
I actually, you can't tell right now when it's polished anymore, but I ended up book matching it so you got like almost like the centers are in there arching
Oh, yeah,
around.
look. They're connected.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it actually everything lines up.
Oh, wow.
That was kind of a cool,
Yeah.
All right, so these are ready to go.
Hey!
So first we must fortify.
Fortify. Gotta get your +$5, people.
All right, let's go ahead and grab the tin there.
I just went over here already. Sorry, Dan. Just the cameraman in the way.
Now comes the fun part.
Oh. Gotta bring that out a little. Or do you think it's catching more on the aluminum than the wood?
Well, I would say catching on the aluminum, but it's copper, so.
Alright, sorry. Yeah, you know, the metal thing.
I'm just giving you shit.
You know, the non-conductive metal or whatever. Or
Okay,
non-magnetic.
non-ferrous metal.
Non-ferrous.
Okay.
Hey.
Nice. Boom. Got one else at the polish?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
What I think.
Huh?
Oh, good.
Nice job on the Mikasa. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
There is a 400 grit cluster grit belt on the hook there. Grab that one and put it on and do it.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Should only take a couple seconds. Then there's an 800, and then go to the Scotch Brite.
There we go. There you go.
And that's all epoxy,
I was wondering what that is.
and we're through. And that's all the G-Plex that filled up when I moved the. Almost. Yeah, I think that's it. 320 or 400, I can't tell.
400.
Oh, use that one last.
Huh?
Use that one last.
1200.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing?
No, shouldn't be.
918?
I see an 800 right now.
Then this one's got
Oh,
to use.
600.
Oh, here, use this one, Scott. Yeah.
6, 8, 6, 12.
Yep, yep. And then Scott's right. Yep.
Wow.
You can use one of my 2000s and 3000s if you want.
Oh, you're such a belt prima donna.
I'm a grit bitch.
You are a good bitch, yes. Wouldn't have you any other way, Jonathan.
Hey, Dylan. Dylan Bryant
Hey,
says hi.
Dylan! I can't wait to torture you. I mean, see you in September. Wallace says that he's just happy it's not him.
Yes.
He gets to supervise.
How crazy is
Be
that?
afraid.
You know, what, 3 or 4 trips later, I don't have to be an Uki if I don't want to? This is amazing.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. Now,
Dylan said torture is good.
I like his attitude.
Yes. Good attitude to have. And torture is good depending on the environment, really. You know, hopefully nobody just magically breaks the air conditioner unit on the hottest day, or...
Well, it's only going to be broken for the crucible part of the event,
Yeah,
not for the whole day.
not for the whole day. Sure.
All right, that one's good.
May the odds forever be in your favor, Dylan.
Right. Dylan is now henceforth known as Tribute.
Oh man, I can't wait to make up some obscene scenarios for you.
So, for those of you who don't know, Dylan is part of our Tennessee family for the Combat Training Concept Sportsman family. We go down there every September to have kind of ninja camp type weekend, and this particular time, Dylan and a couple other people who've been with us for a long time now are going to be going through their first degree black belt test for us in their modern combat jiu-jitsu, which is known as the Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing that's mandatory, but for people who want to go through it, it can be hopefully a life-changing experience.
So I've Uki'd
Boom!
I've Uki'd a Crucible 3 times, I think? 2 times?
Yeah. And you've been through yours.
Yeah. My first time going through a Crucible, I was in Uki. And I was in a little bit better shape and used to get my butt kicked. So it's really easy to be a really good stuntman. And then the second time out, I actually had the Crucible and I almost died.
It'll be fun, he said. We should do it, he said.
Brian Wetterell says, Chuck!
Look at what I'm working on, Brian.
Woo! It's all for you, Brian.
I'm waiting on the 3/16 copper pins. What they sent me was a metric, and I couldn't use it. So
Sad
we're
face.
using brass to get everything kind of fitted. But we're gonna have to wait to glue until we get the copper. It's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Yay!
We'll see.
Dylan said the AC went out of class last week.
Tell them they better find some animal to sacrifice to the air conditioning guys.
Is it an animal or is it just like one of those AC rechargers you sacrifice?
I don't know. I'm fine with, happen to need a student or something for it. I'm good with that too.
Yeah. You know, if you sacrifice a student, the air conditioner guys will be pleased much longer. So maybe you shouldn't have to do it every year. You know, maybe it's like every 4 years.
It's all about finding a sacrifice.
Yeah, right?
Alright, so there's one, there's two. I'll probably have to run that through. So that's what we can do.
So close. What? Brian says he's in Canada drinking Canadian beers right now.
Who is what? Where? What? How?
Yeah.
Who's in Canada?
Brian Wetterell. Canada drinking Canadian beers. Interesting.
At least be some sort of like an Irish whiskey or something.
Please tell us what kind of Canadian beer you're drinking, Brian. We're interested now.
Alright, we got it.
Hey.
So now for the pain in the ass one.
Oh, the big one?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really filled in too.
Yep, so
You got the other.
Brian, being the gentleman they wanted a skull inlay on his, so we did a skull moldation, and the biggest I could get was 15 millimeters. Heaven forbid they use inches.
Yeah. Jeez. Holy cow. I was wondering if that piece of wood's going to be moving.
This is where we gotta be careful about heat buildup. Because
Oh, I didn't even think about that, right? Yeah.
we can't really, because it's gotta be centered, we can't really drill a small hole to a big hole to a big hole.
Yeah.
It's gotta be all at once.
Oof.
So,
Well, yeah, as I say, you probably have to lower that or something.
Brian wants a skull inlay, Brian gets a skull inlay.
Canmore Brewing Blonde Ale.
You say young one?
No, it's some Canmore Brewing Blonde Ale.
Oh.
Sounds interesting. Canmore.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, that's not on right.
That's what we call a Waller setup.
Yeah. Don't blame me, I didn't put it on.
Well, it's got facets on it, so it should self-center because it's got those 5
Yeah.
edges. But alas, it's being a poopy butt. That's a technical term.
Yeah, man, I see facets on the board all the time, so I know how much trouble it can be at work.
That's right. Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah. Yes, it's like I have no life. That looks much better.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Alright, so give it a good center there. And now,
Oh
we
wow.
apply gentle
Oof.
pressure.
Very gentle. Look at all that epoxy.
Ooh, yeah, we're gonna walk away from that for a little bit.
Getting hot already?
Yep, you gotta
Holy cow.
not let it heat up too fast. So we'll come back and we'll just do this
Yeah.
little by little.
See what you did to us, Brian?
Brian Wetterow.
Whatever.
He's the guy who
Punch
ordered
dagger.
my anxiety. Just kidding.
It's probably going to take him 2 days to drill this.
Well, I can feel the heat coming through the copper,
Yeah. If you can feel it, yeah.
but we're almost through.
Oh, God.
But I just don't want to have it pop off.
No.
So it's not big. I mean, if it does, we can handle it. It's just
Will the cutting oil help?
no,
Gas on that or no?
no. You don't want to do cutting oil on this.
Oh, God.
The copper's too soft anyway.
Gotcha.
We don't really need it. But the thing is that we just want to make sure that we're not breaking down the epoxy.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
We want to keep them together. You know, it's kind of like the Parent Trap, but deadlier.
See how you can, like, because what it is
Oh, so
Alright.
close. Is that through now?
I'm doing the it's
Oh, it's getting there.
it's through,
Yeah.
but now we're
Tightly.
spreading it out.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it barehanded. So if I can't handle it, then I know it's way too hot.
Makes sense.
So we're gonna walk away from this one for a minute.
Okay.
I want to make sure that was
We got to put a little more filler in it again.
Yeah, it keeps popping. Okay, yep. So put a drop on it. And this time we're gonna do something different. Just put a little drop on it.
Oops, sorry, guys. Let's see if we can watch the surgery.
And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually poke it with a point to get some of the air bubbles out. And sometimes there's a surface tension that creates an air pocket. All right. Now go ahead and hit with the catalyst and give it about 15-20 seconds. What time is it anyway?
Well, it was after 7:30 last time I checked. 7:34.
All right.
Keeping an eye on the time. You got about 10 minutes left till
Yep.
everything.
About 10 minutes and then we'll wrap. Or start wrapping anyway.
Still pretty warm?
No, it's actually not too bad. I think I'm gonna try and push a little bit farther. Oh, I'm an idiot. Shut up, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
Recorded, isn't it?
Yeah, Scott.
Oh, here.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Refrigerant.
Ah, Jason McMillan. What's up, fellas?
I'm missing you tonight, good guy. Well, can you grab me a left-hand glove?
A what? Hand of
Grab
glove?
me a left-hand glove.
On the first grab. Here we go. There's even a hole in the index finger.
Well, that's how you know it's mine.
Huh?
This thing is pulling in my hand, so I just want to make sure I don't shred my hand.
That's okay, Jason. I fell asleep after work and got here late, so. Jeremy wants to know if you're left-handed, Chuck.
I am about, I'd say like 95% ambidextrous, and the other 5% definitely left-handed. So we're gonna let that cool again.
Okay.
So we're almost through.
Oh,
But you also see how it's starting to pull there.
yeah,
So we definitely want to keep an eye on that.
yeah. You're so close to going through the Stargate, my man.
Yeah, that's right. So I get that seventh symbol.
Yep.
That was her biggest.
All right, so now we're gonna come back over here. So let that sit for a minute.
Damn.
She wanted 30.
Find the other glove, and we're gonna see what kind of damage we can do.
Secret Service to be.
What do we got going on here?
we've got some Alabama Damascus. I just got this in the mail the other day.
Oof.
And we're going to be doing a reversal of fortune and an EDC.
Yeah. Jeremy appreciated your explanation. You get to be lefty buddies together. Jason McMillan wants to know how much your swag. How much were the swag mounts?
The swag tables?
He said swag mounts. I guess is that swag tables?
This is a swag table.
Gotcha.
I think this is the version 3. It's the only one that has this awesome thumb screw on the bottom.
Oh,
Comes
wow.
right off, and you don't have to completely dismount it. I think it's
Yeah.
the only model of the swag tables that has it.
He says
but-
he needs 2 of them.
Yeah, I want to say they run around 125 to 150 bucks from the
Oh,
site.
that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. It's a great investment.
No, these things will last forever, it seems like.
Yeah, I've had these for, God, I don't know, 7 or 8 years now.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get one more piece out of the blade before it shatters.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounded pretty quick.
This will go for something else, and you want a commission out of this, give me a shout.
Hey, who's looking for a new Damascus blade?
Oh, no, I want to get some after the live. Okay.
All I heard was Dan. He's not watching his bird video.
It is
43 after. 2 minutes.
We got time. Alright, let's see if we can't get through this now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here's one. Pretty well. Dude, that looks awesome, especially since we have it on the video what it looked like before. It's beautiful.
About 220 here.
220.
220, baby.
Nice. Okay.
The doctor's in.
I would absolutely peel the tape off.
Ah-ha.
Boom, we're through.
Yay. Woo. Hey, save that kind of action for the only drills, Chuck.
Instead of only fans, it's only blades.
Only blades, y'all. That was definitely a PPV sneak peek, y'all. Get your subs up.
Nothing but a thirst trap.
Thirst traps.
Alright, so now what you do is you make sure that all these plate surfaces are,
Oh yeah, you gotta flatten this down, huh?
now we gotta make sure that all the pins go through.
Yep.
So something else I like to do is I like to actually countersink the backside here.
Really?
Yep, so it gives us a little bit of a bevel there
Yeah.
in case something doesn't quite line up.
Gotcha. Is this something you learned to do from the Gladius and Fujio or no?
I absolutely did that on the Gladius and Fujio. Especially when the 681 had like 10 pins. Alright. So, yeah, see now they go right together. There's
Yeah.
not that gap in there anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's grab. Here we are. So this is the pin,
Oh, sweet. Sweet mosaic.
right? Oh yeah, that one goes through.
Ooh.
That one
There
goes
we go.
through.
Nice.
But what we're going to do,
Oh, I see what you're doing there. Nice.
and that just helps kind of clean
Yeah,
that
kind
up
of.
a little bit.
Looks like it reams it inward though a little bit.
Yeah.
So I imagine epoxy might fall in there and hold that pin a little bit better too.
Mostly it's to help with the lineup because when the pin's coming through, if there's a bevel, it kind of gets directed into that hole better.
Okay.
No comment from me.
Yep.
And, yeah, no. So hopefully we'll get the dry fit tonight, and then as soon as the copper pins show up,
Oh,
we'll
nice.
actually get it. Okay, so these are of a problem with shape. I'm going to have you hold on to that. No, I'm going to look at that right now.
Okay.
I'm going to have you look so I can read it.
Yeah.
And we'll get it closed. Okay, here we go.
Hey,
There's one.
that is sweet.
There's two.
Ha ha.
There's three.
Hey, look at that.
All right, so I think I'm going to need to run a cleaning pass through this last one. Let me grab that. It's binding just back here, so I want to make sure that I can get a clean pass.
Yeah.
It would suck to have something bind after I've epoxied it.
Yep. Oh, phew, okay.
Don't scare me like that.
Yeah. So the screen went black, like it's lost the signal, I guess.
There we go.
Hey.
All right, so let's do a test fit on the blade. Oh, you know what helps? You have it on the right way, not upside down. Boggles the mind. Absolutely boggles the mind.
See you channeling your inner Wallace there.
Yep. Oh boy.
Just put my hand in epoxy. Why?
Oh no. That sucks.
This is why we dip our knives in the water.
But remember, we don't make mistakes.
Nope.
We just make
This
shorter
is about to
knives.
be a much smaller knife.
Yeah. Sad face.
Smaller than what it is now.
Uh-huh.
Dan, is that just the tip?
So
Just the
now,
tip?
Yeah, just a tip.
We're going to see why we don't do that.
Oh, you will cut.
Oh, you're so close.
We're gonna have to do a little something shifted to.
Uh-oh.
So you know what? Might just be winning for the
Take it.
Still pretty
So
far.
there's that.
Well,
Yep, let's see if we can't run the three.
oh man. Diabolical. So close. It's so close, Brian, if you're still there.
Well, it went through.
Yeah. Ooh.
Worst case scenario, we just have to ream it out a little bit more with that high carbon bit.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, we're going to clean it out just a little bit. So, it's okay. I expected something like that. That's the way
Is that what's called? What problem?
highly technical process called wallering. Much easier before heat treat.
That makes sense. Not to be confused with Wallacing. Don't Wallace anything, guys.
Yeah,
Trust
we
me.
don't. Wallacing is a totally
Wallacing's a totally different thing. Don't do it to yourselves, people.
Let me tell you stories about wallacing.
Man. Is it like just moving every?
Micron off.
Is it like moving every time you make us fix it? Fix
it
one?
Well, the thing is, like, you know, every stuff moves,
No.
and this moves just here.
No.
So I will just have to slowly ream it out, and that is sometimes what happens.
We are at 53 after as well.
What's that?
53 after 7-2.
Yep.
Letting you know.
What it fits on one side,
Yeah.
and it fits on the other side. We need to fit together. Let's try this one. There's that. That's already gonna look really badass.
Oh wow.
So that fits really well. Alright, so now I'm wondering if I might have to remount the smaller holes actually. I think that's one like that. There's not the big one, but the smaller one.
Yeah.
How are we doing, Brian? Oh, we're doing good.
Finish up what you gotta get done. You're trying to finish something, so.
Alright. Okay, so where it stands right now is that we need to remount the smaller hole here, and then we'll be able to get everything fitted properly. But I'll work on that outside of the live here. But Brian, it's so close.
So close.
So close.
Man.
And that finish turned out really nice. So, all right, guys. Well, I think we're about ready to wrap up the live here. So let's go ahead and get together and say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah.
Probably stand over here.
Over there. Mm-hmm. Boop, 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 boop.
Come on in. Hey guys, thank you so much for showing up tonight and hanging out and chatting with us and letting us know you're here. Want to definitely take a moment to reach out to people we work with, Muskoka Turner. Amazing acrylics and stabilized woods and combinations thereof. I'd love to challenge him with new and weird shit. We also have the Custom Engravers, who does all of our banners, cards, and laser engraving. Can't wait to show you the Lord of the Rings sword I'm going to be working on here. I'm doing my riff off of Elrond's sword from Lord of the Rings. And I'm going to have Custom Engravers working with me on an Elvish script, so it's going to be amazing. We also have the Alabama Damascus. Just got a billet from them today that I'm going to be working with. And yes.
Alabama Damascus.
Redneck skin, baby. Redneck skin. Yep. Also, Cinder Rose Leather. They're doing all of my fantasy sheets and period type sheets that don't belong in Kydex. And who am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anybody? Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, I already shouted out to Phoenix Abrasives. But once again, Greg, we love killing your belts in this shop. Dan actually has a request for a variable grit belt.
That's right.
So I'd like you to get to work on that right now if you would, sir. Other than that, Hausberg and Larceny, I'm hoping they're watching sometime because I would love to be sponsored by Larceny.
And don't forget about Saturday.
Oh yeah, thank you, Wallace. Yeah.
Yep.
So remember, guys, Saturday from 9 to 3 a.m., we're going to be in Howard City at their Great Food Truck Rally. It's not just the food trucks, although they will be delicious, I'm sure. I plan on sampling all of them. They're also having their 3-on-3 competition out there for basketball. They're having a bunch of other stuff going around. There'll be other vendors, but we're going to be the most important vendor, of course. So come see us, say hi, check out our wares. We'll have workshops available. We'll have custom blades available that you see us working on here. And we will also have commissions available. So come out, talk to me. We'll find something, get it down on paper, and create something amazing for you. So thanks again, and until next time,
Stay
bladed.
Yeah. Okay. Hit the finish button.